You weren't married when you were drafted, were you?
Oh no, not by any means. I was drafted in service, and then then when I began to feel that the service is going to go on and on and on, I better make some kind of of help in the service and do something to benefit myself.
Did you continue to work as a weather forecaster after you got out of the service?
Uh, no, when I got out of the service, I said, well, I've had my experience in weather forecasting, and now I'm going to get experience in something else. So I was in Chicago at the time, I guess, so then I was out. So I said, I will go over here to South Bend, Indiana. I got a transfer to South Bend, Indiana, was in the service, and to forecast there. That was where I got some more cast. No, I was asked for some very experience. That's what I went to South Bend for. Very experienced. So I had all kinds of experience. And then where we go, you work the airline, you work the flights. I wanted a small station. You work the flights out on the ramp. You can forecast. You can forecast weather as a side issue, but not seriously. And you all had that was selling working at the desk, working at the desk, selling tickets to those coming in for their ride to someplace else. And the various kinds. I wanted every kind of experience, and I got it. I got it in South Bend, a small station, and so that was fine. Except I began to feel that there's not enough future in this. There's not enough money. There's not enough future in it for me, and that I then wanted to transfer to. I wanted to transfer out of South Bend to New York, near Caltech, and they sent me to a place, or they sent me. They said there's going to be a station there, but there isn't one yet. And when there is one, you can have it, but it'll be several weeks yet before you get it. So I just went to this place in South Bend, and then waited it out, and they got the job there. But by that time, I decided I was going to do something else other than weather service or working for the airline. And as South Bend, and I had some credits for service, and I then enrolled in service. I then enrolled in RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic. I enrolled in RPI, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and they gave me credit for so that I only had to take 2.5 years at RPI for another degree. And so I did that, but despite I was not interested in marrying at the time. I had a good friend in South Bend, but I did not want to marry at that time because I wouldn't sure have. I'm not going to marry and have children and not be held down and I can't do this and that. So I did, and I enrolled at RPI, knowing that. It could amount to something if I could pass the courses. Well, I took night courses of math and something else, and I said I'm getting along all right on that, in spite of my low 30s by that time. And then they was doing all right, and I think that I can handle this. So that I enrolled for full full time and then resigned, except for weekends. I would go back to the airports and work weekends to help finance it. And so then about partway through that 2-year period, then I said I can handle this. I know what I know what I want to do now. And so then I called and talked with my late wife and Norma, and we decided that we could do this. She wanted to go. She wanted to leave South Bend. She wanted to leave South Bend.
How did you meet Norma?
Pardon?
How did you meet Norma?
She was working at the YMCA, and I was living at the YMCA in South Bend. And I would talk to them, get down in the meeting room downstairs, the room downstairs, and they would have talking amongst about 6 or 8 people, maybe down there, just shooting the breeze. And she came down, and she tapped me on the shoulder, and she wanted to know if I could help out in the square dance that she was putting on the second floor. I was just teaching them up there, and I said, "Well, I can do that." And I've had very little, but almost none. And so we went up there and we did. We worked. We worked with as she wanted me to do. So then we came to know each other more and more. And I learned that she wanted to move. They talked about where did we live. I said, well, I don't know. We're not going to be in South Bend because I'm not fastening myself to any place. And she said, that's fine. That's fine. I want to get out of South Bend. And so her mother couldn't understand that. I went to see her mother and told her that we wanted to marry, and that we would be leaving South Bend. And her mother said, you want to leave South Bend? Why would you want to leave South Bend? There's nothing better than South Bend. She had never been anywhere but South Bend all her life. And it didn't, and so I said, well, I know that's too bad, more or less, but we're going to marry. And so we did, and then after that, at some point along the line, I was making enough money that I could send Norma's mother tickets to fly. Where we to fly. She never flew to North, and so she did. She got on the airplane. We went down to South America, was one place, or the Central America, and then out to. She came out to. I was asked for a transfer from Washington. I said I was not making any money here, and I was not hard, and so I wanted to transfer. So they sent me out to Denver, and that's the first place you can get per diem. I said, fine, that's where I want to go. So we went there, and then I had her come out to Denver, and up on top, it's beautiful, beautiful place. And then there was another place back in home at home was I guess possibly Washington, PA. I forget now. And so there was 4 places that I sent her. I sent her tickets, and she came out. So after that, she thought it might be all right.